Welcome back to another market closing live stream. Let's try to figure out what the heck is going on because we got some red here today and it doesn't actually look like there's terribly much news, which is very bizarre. We have the Amazon Union news. We had the Christine Lagarde of the IMF talk on CNBC about inflation and bond tapering, but that they expect inflation to be 1.5% in the EU, and they don't expect to taper anytime soon. In fact, they've been increasing their bond purchases. So, it's such a bizarre market because what it is the market went from let's believe everything the Fed says, don't fight the Fed, to fight the Fed, basically. It's very, very, very bizarre. Now, what I will say is we're going to pull up the 10-year and try to understand, like, is this a yield thing that's pushing this? Or is this potentially just more of this uncertainty of raising cash and trying to figure out where to place cash? I kind of think it's the cash thing. We've had, first of all, volumes in the stock market have been falling like crazy. Like people just aren't trading basically people aren't trading stocks as much as they used to. I think yesterday we had the lowest volume day, and we'll look at this in terms of some stocks volume, but in aggregate, we had the lowest volume day yesterday all year. And so maybe there's just a lower volume thing. Maybe people are having more money in cash and less money in stocks. So we kind of figure out, okay, which direction are things going? But it's a bizarre market, to say the least. Yeah, see, the 10-year yields at like 1.66. I mean, this is no biggie right here. It's not like it's skyrocketing or whatever. Yet we're still seeing some kind of sell-off happening here in markets. Look at this. We got GameStop down at 158, kind of struggling a little bit here, trying to recover. It's had a little bit of a volatile day, ups and downs here. Zom's down. A lot of the momentum stocks are down. GameStop, costs, momentum stocks. Clover, I don't know if we can call Clover a momentum stock, although it's certainly talked about in almost a similar group with Zom, GameStop, AMC. I mean, even some folks say, oh, Zom shouldn't be included in them. Whatever. It's not like it's an insult. It is what it is. Some stocks move much more substantially off of momentum than off news. And that happens to be some of these up here. XL Fleet's back over 8. But look, you've got the Chargers selling off. You know, the Chargers ran like crazy during the initial Biden talk about infrastructure, but now we realize maybe it's not going to be until October that we actually see this kind of stuff. We've got, let's see, more money injected into the summer of the past 6 months than the past 12 years. No. I don't know where, I want to see where you got that stat, but somebody here is saying more money has been injected in the stock market in the past 6 months than the 12 years combined. So this is a little different from what I said. So the last 6 months also includes the insane run that we had from November to January, right? I'm saying volumes, trade volumes, not money injected in. These are two totally different things. First of all, we're talking about two different time frames. I'm talking about 2021. You're talking about November to April. That's different. But we're also talking about two different things. There could be record amounts of money injected into the stock market, but that doesn't mean volumes go up or down. Volume is different because people can use the same money for multiple trades, right? So that's the statistic I was talking about. Trading volume is down substantially, which is sometimes that could lower liquidity amongst certain stocks. And then when sell orders come in, they have more of an impact. So, lots of things to think about when we consider different statistics. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's a little different from what I was saying. So we also started watching Vuzi, which I have to say Vuzi was interesting. This morning it was really green. And now it's down 3%. It's actually rallying a bit here into the close. Look at that. Peloton's down 4% today. I mean, yesterday it was wasn't it like 5% or something like that yesterday? Kind of trying to give up yesterday's. Tesla was almost at one point down 2%. It's down at 1.28% right now, but going again back down from the top. EXPI, C3AI, Vuzi, AMC. Some of the cannabis plays are down. Beyond Meat. Geez, look at this. It's just a bloodbath out here. Ubiquity's down 2.5, but it's actually not at that 275. I'm really trying to get this to 275. I mean, like, it's not like I'm trying to manipulate the stock and bring it down. No, I mean, like, I'm trying to get to my target, my buy target of under 275, and then I want to pick this up more heavily. We've got Enphase, Neo, Tesla. Yeah, these guys are all down 1% and a bit. All right, Redfin, Micro, fine. Trimble's pretty flat. MP Materials slightly green, trying to hang on to some green there. It was a lot greener earlier. You know what's running today is Clever, which is really cool. I got a chunk of money in Clever. I'm definitely upside down on it, but I bought in during the cannabis cycle, and I should have waited for off cycle on that. I didn't even think about timing my in on this, unfortunately. I'm like, I'm going to hold this for a bit, and I didn't TA in, and that was a mistake, but that's okay. It's up 17% today. I mean, really good. Should have bought it. It's like a swing today because it's mostly just been up this morning when it was like, what, 11:15 or whatever. Yeah, but honestly, I mean, I should have just bought it. I mean, I could still buy it right now and lower my cost basis. But the thing about cannabis is it really seems to move together. Like you have the big moves in cannabis when it's all going to the moon. Like all the cannabis stocks are just running. Those are probably the times to sell cannabis. Anyway, Voyager Digital is up 4 nice solid kind of growth here towards the end of the day on Voyager Digital. Really expecting Voyager Digital push up because, folks, it's not just going to be Voyager and Coinbase. Guess who also started talking about filing for an IPO? Kraken, which is actually, let me see if I can get some detail on Kraken. It's actually bigger than there we go. Let's do that. Sorry. Kraken is actually has a better, higher website ranking than Voyager Digital. So, and it's a bigger platform by users as well. I think they're at like a $10 billion valuation or something like that. And Voyager's like 4 or 5 or something like that. Maybe a little less. I don't know. Somewhere around there. Three. I think it's more than 3, and I think it's less than 5. So anyway, Coinbase, people are thinking it might be like 100 bill, which seems crazy, but then again, their profitability and their growth is nuts. Oh, look, I got a big straw. Now you could see like the injection actually go into me because it's a transparent straw. And look at the convenience of that straw. First of all, it's in the I'm not effing leaving cup. See? But look at that. It's even got a bend to it. It's like perfect. Anyway, so where were we? I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, cracking in them. Right. Yeah. Okay. Optimistic. Good. Moving on. Palantir. Palantir's nice sort of rally into the close here. That's good. We've got Canopy Growth's up a bit. Amazon's up. Apple's up. Amazon and Apple, these guys, they've actually done really well through this whole like sell-off period. Amazon and Apple have not really moved down heavily. And we're actually getting some growth again at Amazon and Apple, especially if this trajectory continues. I still hold all my Amazon and Apple. There was a moment where I'm like, I should just sell my Amazon and put it all into, some of the sell-off stocks. I did not end up selling my Amazon and Apple. I still have my Amazon and Apple. And no plans to sell them. I'm going to save the Amazon, Apple, and Google for like, those are like my margin call protectors. They protect me from margin, which is good. Latest update, by the way, I think puts me at 22.9. I don't know. Maybe after Tesla sold off a little bit today, maybe I'm back over 23, but I was almost down under 23% margin, which is good. I like being under that. But yeah, I mean, lots of red here. What's interesting again, though, the indices are up. So you've really got this rotation just painfully hitting the higher PE stocks. And I think what's really going to stop this bleeding, so to speak, is earnings. When we get earnings starting, in a few weeks, when we get earnings, we are going to see a lot of, I think, a lot of validation for the multiples that we're seeing on companies. And if we don't, they might sell off. Actually, it probably will sell off. So that's an expectation that I have. We'll see. So STIC, which is a SPAC merger with BarkBox. Yeah, see, BarkBox, Chewy, the problem is I don't have a pet, and I know that's no reason to say you can't do like a fundamental due diligence, but the thing is, look, SPACs have been selling off like crazy. And I've talked about this many times on this channel. The investor presentations are just bullcrap. They're just total bullcrap. And anytime I look at a SPAC, I'm like, no, Like it's imaginary. And it tends to be imaginary. And so I think that's one of the reasons many folks are selling off SPACs right now in SPAC plays, which I'm really glad that actually GHVI is going to turn into Matterport here shortly, because then it gets out of this SPAC mess. Now, it'll still have the reputation of being a SPAC play, just like CCIV, which obviously, these guys both I've sold off from some of their highs, but both still great companies. Matterport's not going anywhere. Lucid's got to get some freaking cars on the road. But Matterport, I would say of the two, Matterport's actually less risky than CCIV. Maybe less potential upside though. That's the sort of the flip side of that coin. There's Upstart. Upstart's doing well. DoorDash. Wow, look at DoorDash, up 9.2% today. Why? Maybe just because it's sold off so substantially. Look at this. DoorDash closed on its IPO day at 182. Right now it's at 140. So it's $40 under IPO price. Like if you bought on IPO and you're holding DoorDash right now, you should be adding. You should definitely be adding in a situation like that if you're trying to cost average down, really. So a little bit of that recovery here, but so weird seeing Palantir over here with Salesforce, but then that's not weird. But Macy's, Gap, Carnival, Lowe's, Restoration Hardware, Simon Property Group, Nordstrom's. These were the guys that were selling off yesterday. It's literally the teeter-totter. It's every day. It's just this. Like something's red every day. That's always true. But, it's a wide amount of red today. And it's also somewhat, I'd say it's modestly deep. It's not like severely deep. It's not like we're selling off 15% on everything. And things are like 8 to 15% down. But still, you get 6 to 3%, 6 to 2% as overall declines. It's a lot. Makes me kind of wonder what the boomers are reading. I did not buy any Vuzi. Thanks for asking. Yeah, we did a fundamental analysis on it. I don't know. What I really need to buy Vuzi is reorders. And I briefly tried doing a look at that. I'll try again right now. Vuzi, Vuzix reorder. It's if somebody can provide me more info on this, like maybe do that in Discord. Go to metkevin.com/Discord. It's just one E. I know that's confusing sometimes. But I want to see tons of reorders. And I did read their earnings release as well, saying that customer orders and reorders were up across the board. But I want to see reorders from, I want to see who's doing the reorders. That would be ideal for me. If I could get some stats on who's reordering these. Because my concern with Vuzi, and this is not a slam at Vuzi at all. It's just totally, in my opinion, a valid concern. Is no, I want the actual company. Where is it here? Vuzix. There we go. My concern is that the premise of this seems so great. Oh yeah, let's get a construction worker wearing augmented reality. Let's get a doctor or a nurse or whatever. Let's get all these different people wearing these augmented reality headsets. Hey, but anybody can put models in an area and wear these things, right? Like what I want to see is that businesses and then convince businesses to order them. But what I want to see is businesses going, this is dope. This is changing the world. We want to double, triple our order because this is so great. And I'm a little concerned that augmented reality, it just isn't there yet. And so it's those concerns that if I can solve those, I'd be interested in buying Vuzi. But those are the things that are holding me back. The stock price, I don't really care about the fluctuation in the stock price in that sense. The reason for that is simple. If the stock sells off a bunch and I don't have high conviction, then I might freak out, right? So let's say I bought it today at $29. What happens if it goes down to $20? Well, let's say I'm using, maybe I should just buy the darn thing and see. Maybe that'd be the way to do it. If it goes down to $20 and I love the product, it'd be like Tesla. It's like, I know the product's great. I'm not worried about the stock price. But it goes down to 20, you don't know the product, you don't know anything about it. I don't know. Let's see. Can we buy him? Let's see. Maybe we could just buy a pair. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Okay. Which one do we want? Which one should we buy? Remote? I don't know which one to buy. Compare products. And I don't want to turn this into like a Voozy thing here. Android version. Do I need an Android to use this? I hope not. I hope it's compatible. Is this thing compatible with the iPhone? 40K, 30 FPS. I mean, this sounds really cool. Touchpad with multi-sensor. Looks like these guys over here on the left are the good ones. Safety, accessory. Just buy it. Somebody tell me which one I should buy. Get the Blade. Okay, I see somebody saying get the Blade. Why? Why should I get the Blade? Okay, we'll go back to the stock chart in just a moment. But somebody says Blade. That's the top one here. Oh, one's prescription and one's not. Yes, it's compatible with iPhone. Blade. This one? All right, whatever. Let's do it. Would you like to purchase inserts? Nah. Okay. Okay. Then we'll see. Then we'll see. Why? Can't I just do guest? General user. Oh, God. Okay. I'll check out on this right now.
And has a look for us at how that could hit defense stocks. Morgan.
Yeah, well, speaking of Boeing, one of the names in focus here, $753 billion. That is how much the Biden administration is proposing to spend in fiscal 2022 on national defense, a 1.7% increase versus 2021. $715 billion is for the Pentagon specifically, which would be up 1.6% or down 0.4% adjusted for inflation, which is, I should note, better than the worst case expectations of as great as a 10% cut. The key now, where that money would go, we're still very light on the details. We don't get those until next month. But key elements will include optimizing naval shipbuilding, nuclear triad modernization, and long-range fire capabilities. So think hypersonic missiles. Aerospace and defense stocks mixed on the news today. Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, L3Harris have been trading largely higher, but other big contractors like Lockheed Martin, Huntington Ingalls.
L3Harris, that's another one of ARC's space fund.
Have seen a pretty good run in just the last couple of months. Sarah?
Morgan Brennan. Morgan, thank you very much. Mike, was this a lower than expected increase in spending? It's definitely lower than the rate we've been seeing under the Trump administration. Does that affect the stock?
Oh, yeah.
If you look at how the market is traded coming into this very recent period, these have been very big underperformers. I mean, you look at Lockheed or Northrop, they've not been as cheap relative to the market since 2009. I mean, everyone loves every other kind of industrial right now because there's massive leverage to the economy as opposed to just, mostly government defense spending. And so I think almost the market has discounted a relatively poor outcome for these companies. And maybe this is a slight relief relative to what people could have expected. But it's interesting how they're very much core value names. There was a lot of time during the Trump administration when they traded at a big premium to other industrials just because it was assumed there was always upside to defense spending growth.
Maybe slightly better than expected, Jason, but there's lots and lots and lots of spending going on both last year, this year, and probably in the year ahead. And if you're only getting kind of just behind inflation of an increase, is that ultimately suggestive that you want to be in other more cyclical areas of the industrial space than defense?
Yeah, I think so, because I think it's, if I looked at this, the just defense budget, I think it's slightly a net positive. I think, as Mike mentioned, there's
okay, we're going to go ahead and pause on that note there. Slight net positive on the proposed $753 billion defense budget. It's an interesting way to characterize it. I think Republicans are going to rail on this as not big enough. We'll see. Let's see what Fox says.
The valuation risk.
Oh my gosh, they're talking about stocks
That is out there in the market.
What about big tech, Ernesto? A lot of people have a lot of interest in big tech, but they continue to move up. Microsoft hit a recent all-time high. Do you still like this sector? Is it still not too high for you?
Well, in our growth strategies, we own companies like Microsoft and Amazon because we're much less valuation sensitive there. In our value strategies, we would not own them. But the fundamentals of these companies are phenomenal. It's just that people have taken them to a very, very high level of valuation. But you think Amazon has always been expensive and has always managed to do better than people expect as they report quarter on quarter. So they keep going up. And that's what you have to do when you're a growth investor. You have to sort of put a little bit of a blindfold to valuation and plow ahead on the basis of fundamentals related to growth and quality. And that's And that's what we do in our growth strategies.
I mean, it's not a bad point. Just focus on high quality companies and forget about the fluctuations for a moment. So I got it in. See, thank you for your order. So we got the order in. What was it? It was like $800 or something like that. You see, price $7.99. They charge $28 for shipping. You know they're not paying $28 for shipping. That's like $4 for shipping. Okay, maybe $7 for shipping, and $21 for handling, aka profit. Anywho, so okay, all right, there. When these come, we'll have to do a Voozy review, and then we'll decide if we like the stock or not. How about that? I like that idea. All right. All right.
Here,
Let's
the
listen.
fact that we continue to hit these successive record highs. Right now.
Whoops. Okay, hold on. I definitely have multiple Bloomberg windows open. That always bugs me. If I open one Bloomberg window, it should like automatically close the other ones. All right, here we go.
The week pretty much up a couple percentage points here, if I believe. And you've got the NASDAQ also up on the week here as well, up about 3%. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 2% here on the week. Again, we're talking record highs on the S&P.
That was the bell. We heard the bell. We heard the bell on Bloomberg today. we got the Bloomberg bell.
It's going to close the day flat. But sitting out of the party on a weekly basis, it is down about 0.6% or so on a weekly basis. So interesting underperformance here, Taylor and Caroline, where everybody seemed to gravitate more to some of those big cap tech names and a little bit away from some of those small cap cyclicals.
The Russell bottomed out there around 3 o'clock, right when Romaine got his energy back for the closing bell. So maybe Romaine is the buy signal. Let's take a look at where we are on the sector level. The consumer durables, there were a few here, the retailers that struck out to me, Tapestry and PVH, no clear signal. Except
that's kind of blurry to see that, the way they even show that on the screen. That's interesting, though. I could pull that up. So GRR, let's try it. Okay, GRR. I mean, they're showing it on TV, so this shouldn't be no, don't have to do TV or something like that. Charts featured on TV. Here we go. Oh no, it's not up just yet. What GRR? Group ranked returns. Oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to do it for the treasury, folks. Give me group ranked returns just in general here. Hold on. GRR. Group ranked returns. Come on. Nope, I can't get it. This function does not support your loaded security. I don't know how to do it. Oh well. So we'll just go back to they're saying here. I thought they said GRR. I'll have to figure that out. But anywho. So, okay, let's see how things closed. We'll actually go to the sticks here and see how things closed. And the indices, again, not like horribly bad. In fact, Bitcoin's up, the S&P is up, the Dow is up. Like, the indices are doing fine. It's just the individual ones that got hammered once again. You've got GameStop ended down 7%. Clover's down 7.3%. Let's sort the other direction here. There we go. GameStop also ticking down a little bit here in the after hours. We've got XL Fleet down 6% here. Zom 5.6%. Canoe's down. Ended at 975. Gevo's down. Gevo's down at $8. This thing's almost back at the $5 it used to be. Although it did run up to $5 from there. I will check out the double click event when that comes. Absolutely. Might see if we can even stream it. Peloton minus 4%. EXPI 4%. Blink 4%. What else do we have here? Charge points down. Chargers are down. EVs down. Chargers and EVs got hurt today. Yesterday were up. Today they were down. Lemonade's down. Lemonade's still $92. Nicely under 100 there. It's honestly probably where it's much more fairly valued. If it fell under 80, that's where I feel like I'd really go shopping for it a little bit more so than where it is at 92. But it's not that horrible of a difference. All right, let's see what else we have here. So Lyft. Honestly, after my video there with or on the Tesla loop in Vegas, I have to say I'm kind of like, I don't know. That's makes me a little nervous for Lyft and Uber. They've got to really jump on this automation thing, and I don't know. I don't even know if they're trying to right now. I imagine they are, but they're certainly not going to get the mileage that Tesla is, which makes sense. Oh well. All right. Enphase 151 Delta's $49 for Delta. Tesla $677. Sundial. Oh, whoa. Sundial ended at $1. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, look. See, it even touched our lower line here. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we saw the volume evaporate this morning. So it was good. Good we took care of that this morning. Churchill, just under 23. Invitae, down a little bit. Okay. So it looks like the rest of the things here down just under 1%. Really, the only reason I think the indices are up is the big names like Apple and Amazon are up, dragging the stuff up. I mean, it's not the only reason. You've got recovery up. Some of the industrials, I'm sure, are up, which we don't track much of. I wonder where MP Material is. We'll check. We'll see how MP Material ended in a moment. But look at Clever. Clever at 12.15. Keep in mind, when we look at Clever on the day chart, the thing has been kind of sold, potentially oversold. We'll look at the RSI as well. But let's see where we stand on Clever. So pull into Clever here. Okay. So here we go. We've got the RSI is at 51. But we never actually really got to oversold. We got to 34. It's at 51 right now. Yeah, wow. Big buy pressure here. And I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up leading to a red day tomorrow. But yeah, we've had a lot of this selling down on Clever. Really since its highs over here. It hit almost $20. And it's kind of been straight down since then. This was a peak of the market, though. You know, Feb 10 to Feb 16th, peak of the market. And everything's kind of sold off from there. So I don't know that that's specific to that company. It's just sort of the whims of the market here. DoorDash, killing it today. There's got to be news around DoorDash for it to push like this. Let's see if we can find news on Dash really quick. DoorDash news. So DoorDash earnings call May 13th. No. Delivery apps rekindle credit card demand. Boost Visa. So maybe something came out of the Visa numbers. Is that why? Maybe. Door bag. Did I say markets were open? Yeah, sorry, not tomorrow. Monday. It's always so weird. It honestly, it does not feel like Friday for me. Visa. So Visa gave an update. That's what it is. Okay. So Visa gave an update, and maybe that's what pushed DoorDash. All right, let's go back to the sticks. There we go. Tesla Loop coming to Ontario, California airport shuttle. It's brilliant. The Tesla Loop is very, very brilliant. All right, so Palantir, $24. What a tough ride it's been here. Just, we had a nice recovery and then fall, a little recovery and then fall. It's just kind of, the good news is the so the depth of the ups and downs has sort of subsided. It's gotten a lot more consistent, nicely between our lines, of course. It's always between our lines, with the exception of before we drew the lines. It's hopefully this is just creating wedge patterns that are going to imply a big explosion in share prices in tech and the higher PE multiple stocks, which is entirely possible. In fact, there were a lot of folks that are suggesting this earnings season is going to be big for the higher PE stocks. And as long as they can prove their earnings, maybe people will come back the way they did earlier in the year. But who knows? They will eventually. Let's see. Let's listen to this. We got Chipotle up to tell us about the economy a little bit. Let's listen in here for a moment.
What you're offering?
Sarah, I think that's the big misunderstanding. I think in the press, the headlines always talk about the average hourly rate and how much they're making. But 85% of the folks that take advantage of our debt-free breeze, our crew and our restaurants. And when our folks take advantage of these debt-free programs, they're 3.5 times more likely to stay with us. And they're 7 times more likely to move into management ranks. So we see this as an investment in our people. And if they want to put
all right, they're specifically just talking about themselves, not really the market, which it makes sense. I don't blame them. Let's see what Kudlow has to say. Maybe we'll talk about stocks. Let's see. The Biden-Yellen race to the top of corporate tax rates.
Just in the last week and a half, the dollar's down, bond yields are down, tech stocks are up, which is some sort of indication that people are worried about growth because they're bidding up growth stocks again. Cyclical stocks like energy are down. So I think it seems pretty clear. You could blame that on a long Easter weekend. But if you look at the proposals, which I looked at it pretty closely yesterday, this completely undoes the Trump tax cuts. The rate doesn't go up back to 35%. But if you count all the things that you just went through, particularly the taxes on multinational corporations, this completely takes back all the progress we made in the Trump administration.
I'm reading your summary box. Raise the corporate income tax to 28%. You say strengthen the global minimum tax. I say hike the global minimum tax for U.S. multinationals from 10.5 to 21%, Mr. Morisi.
All right, yeah, tax complaints. I like it when they talk about the market, but tax complaints gets a little tough. Check this out. So somebody just commented, shout out to Prez in the course, that this supercar here, this Ferrari, does qualify for an EV tax credit, which the car looks amazing. Let's see here. Wait, so is it hybrid? Because it says liters, 6.1 liters per 100 kilometers. Yeah, this must be like a hybrid. Yeah, see? It's got a V8. It's a hybrid. Oh, wow. Okay. So 0 to 60 in about 2.5. Wow. I don't know. Really? Hybrid? I guess you'd get that instant like launch torque with the electric motor. I wonder how much it costs. Ferrari. Yeah, can't get the page to be compatible, unfortunately. Darn. Let's try again. Build your own. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's just jump to summary here. How much is the thing? Yep. Okay, send to dealer. Really? How much is it? Somebody know how much this thing is? I don't know. Somebody will know how much this is. Anyway, let's go back. Let's see if there's any kind of news so far. It's been a very quiet week. Let's listen in here.
We see.
No, this is still the Chipotle CEO. Okay. The electric motor compensates for the turbo lag. Thank you for that. All right. So what do we got over here with strong momentum?
Such as value or cheap companies. Those are factors when people want to take risk. They move into those factors. Those factors tend to have a higher beta and tend to be riskier things. So I think that's just indicative of the rotation that we've seen. And if that's
starts at 650 grand, that's nuts.
Chris, I want to pull up a chart that we haven't shown yet because it really does tell a good story. It was something that Romain was hinting on. The number of stocks in both momentum and value. There it is, rising together. What does that tell you?
Yeah, I mean, that's just indicative of the value rotation, right? I mean, if value stocks are going to start performing well, as they have over the last couple of months, some of them are going to move into that Q1 momentum quintile. So, that overlap, as the chart shows, currently 28 stocks, one of the highest readings in the last 10 years. And one of the results of that is basically taking the median valuation of that high momentum quintile down. We're at a situation right now where Q1 momentum, or the 20% with the strongest performance, actually has a lower valuation than the index, and that's pretty rare. And that has actually preceded outperformance from that high momentum quintile compared to the market over the next 1, 2, and 3 months, at least based on history. So it's certainly
those are some really big words
right now.
Always smart. Chris Kane, we wish you a happy weekend of Bloomberg Intelligence, talking us through the factors. Meanwhile, investors also keeping a keen eye on volatility this week as the VIX index hovers near a one-year low. One options trader
well, is making a big bet that the serenity is not going to last. For more, let's bring in Bloomberg equities reporter Elena Papino.
The volatility index might be low and the indices might be doing well, but I'll tell you, tech and the higher PEs, they're hurting right now.
Yeah, indeed. That was a big bet that volatility is going to rise in July. It could be higher than 25, 27, and somewhere around 40. And that compares with the spot VIX at 17. So that's more than twice as much as where the VIX stands right now. Now, there are a lot of theories about whether it was a hedge or whether it was an outright bearish stance on the stock market. We don't know that yet, but what we do know is that there are a few headwinds that investors could be facing from, the potential high taxes, higher inflation, higher bond yields. A lot of things could be going on here.
Yeah, all right. They don't know either. They don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's happening. It's just madness. How about that? That's what's happening. Madness is happening. We do have some green here in the after hours. Bumble, Express, CLII, OGI, Clove, Gevo, coming back a little bit. Nano Dimension. Gosh, Nano Dimension has just fallen so much out of favor. You know what we should actually do is let's go back. Let's look at monthly volume here for a month. Monthly is going to be too much. Let's go to weekly volume. And let's see if we could just kind of compare volume. Kind of difficult to... Yeah, you could definitely see that we're way lower in volume here in April than we really have been anywhere before, until with the exception of November on Nano Dimension. Let's try SPY. SPY. Here we're actually pretty stable on SPY. And look at this on a weekly basis for the S&P. I mean, like, that's just a nice chart. There's no stress. It's just up. It's up and to the right. It's incredible. Obviously, we had our little hiccup there, a little small, big hiccup in March. So if we zoom out more, but look what it looks like. It's so simple. It's like it goes up. That's what it does. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's volume. Yeah, see, look, massive volume around the crash, massive volume in the months after the crash, less volume around November, December, despite the run up. And we are really at the lowest volume we have been at for Tesla. Palantir's volume has been falling with the exception of this last week. No, but then again, we're higher than we are here, so not so clear. Square, not so clear either. So it seems like maybe the more volatile stocks are seeing less of that volume decline. Let's try Dow. Can we do this to the Dow on here? Yeah, there's the dip. Since then, I mean, that's pretty stable. I mean, maybe just by measures, volumes declined this year so far, but and I'm sure that's correct. But yeah, wow. All right, what else? I don't know. We could look at top news really quick. Let's do that. Let's look at some news. Top news. T-O-P. All I have to do is type top. And it comes up. Silo, president on there. Okay. Whipsawed Bitcoin investors eye Coinbase as steadier crypto bet. Yeah. We'll see about that. I think that's going to be crazy volatile when it first comes out. Somebody says they were an engineer who worked on Chromecast. Chromecast. Oh, that's cool. This is Wall Street. All right. What else here? City lawyer cites mystery ban. No. Amazon's win. Defeat for labor. Apple draws bipartisan complaints for skipping App Store hearing. Pentagon makes new push to. This is boring. There's nothing going on. I think there's literally nothing going on, and people are selling off the stocks. Again, buying opportunities for me. I just keep taking funds and buying stuff. I bought my favorite 10 today. So Plotkin's Melvin Capital extends first quarter loss to 49%. Oh my gosh. 49% loss? Oh my gosh. Half of their portfolio gone. That's nuts. The hedge fund that lost billions of dollars by shorting GameStop ended the first quarter down 49%. Melvin slid 7% last month, reversing gains of almost 22% the month before, according to people with knowledge of the matter. In January, the fund dropped 53%. The firm was among several that took heavy losses during the Reddit-fueled rally that pushed stocks, including GameStop, to new highs. Plotkin then took a $2.75 billion investment from Citadel and others in January. Wow. Burn. That's big. Ugh. Oh, well. Yeah, Nano Dimensions outsies. When will you sell? I mean, I did sell some things today, but it was only to consolidate into my... I'll eventually make a video on this. It was only to concentrate into my big names. Yeah. But other than that, it all went into my top favorite ones. Like, I like these prices for buying. Don't get me wrong. Enphase, cheap. Tesla, cheap. Even Ubiquity at 281. It's not where I want to go like big heavy on it, but CCIV, Neo, Matterport. These are just all the guys that are frequently getting beat up. But these are going to be the guys with the biggest run growth. What's this? Jessica Alba's Honest Company files for IPO. Are they going to SPAC?
Filing to go public is looking to trade on the NASDAQ with the symbol HNST. The company revealing in its S1 that its revenue grew nearly 28% from 2019 to more than $300 million in 2020, revealing that it also generated a net loss of $14.5 million last year, but it did increase its gross margin by 370 basis points to nearly 36%. Now, some interesting stats about what is the Honest Company here. 63% of its revenue currently comes from diapers and wipes. That business grew over 16% last year, but its other categories, including skin and personal care and household and wellness, both of those categories, those smaller, growing much faster. And then another interesting stat on the company's revenue, more than half of all of its revenue comes from Amazon, Target, and Costco combined. So Sarah, we'll see what happens in terms of timing, but this is an
Amazon, Target, and well, I mean, I guess that makes sense that that a lot of their products would sell. That's not a surprise. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because if you go to the company, it's all about like natural products, whether they're beauty or body products or kids' diapers and things like this. Yeah. Natural products is the idea. And I do want to pull up their SEC filing, but I'm trying to figure out, I thought their ticker symbol, I thought I had their ticker down, but I can't seem to find them. Honest? Let's just try that. Honest? So then we could look at their S1, but I can't find, I don't know what ticker symbol is again. Jessica Alba, Honest, ticker symbol. And it was NASDAQ. Like to be able to look at it briefly here. It'd be cool if I could just get the document. Oh, maybe we could get it off terminal. I don't know. Let's keep listening to them for a moment.
Season set to kick off again next week. Up next, Mike Santoli looking at what Wall Street is expecting and whether the strong growth is already priced into the market. Plus,
yeah, HNST.
Somebody else gets to make a claim on it. The government does. That's the problem here. And you're right. This is sort of the age-old debate when it comes to capitalism and socialism.
Oh, I got it.
Do you get to keep what you've produced or not? And we're in a moment right
now. Oh, it literally came out like 15 minutes ago. That's crazy. No wonder you can't find it on Google. It just came out 15 minutes ago. That's cool. All right, let's look at it. So I just want to see what their revenues are like. Honest Company, S1. It's always so cool when you get an S1 because this is like the first time they're publicly releasing their financials. Jessica Alba. Okay. Cool. Net income. I want to get to revenues. Here we go. Okay, this looks a little funky. Let's zoom in. Maybe we can get this a little bit better. Automatic zoom. How about we just zoom in more? There we go. Okay, so in 2020, they had $300 million of revenue. Looks like about 2/3 of that goes to COGS, cost of goods sold. Losing money per share right now, her company. 85 cents a share is I know I'm blocking that. There you go. 85 cents per share is what they're losing right now. And how much are they spending on marketing? Actually, it doesn't seem like that much. 44. What is that? That's like 15%. I guess that makes sense. About 15% to marketing. R&D, pretty relatively low. SG&A, selling. Well, but then you've got selling up here. So you've got marketing and selling divided separately. So sometimes I wonder, like, is that advertising budget? And then these are like the actual employees that are selling? I don't know. The rest of the S1 would give you the answer on that. But, okay, so together, the company is going to have to grow big then to go profitable, right? We've lost 14 mil. But if they keep OPEX stable and they grow, they'll be profitable soon. It's actually not too bad. But the question is, what can this company grow at, right? So let's see. During the pandemic, when people were probably buying more at home, oops, the other way around, 235, the company was, this is super rudimentary, right? They grew at 27%. It's not bad. Let's say the year of reopening, let's say they grow at the same 27%, and then they grow at 20%, just as an example here. 457, this is super quick math here, right? 457 mil, take off cost of goods sold. So that's going to leave me with a third, 150. If I then take out their OPEX and maybe we went up, I don't know, say we kept it under 130 a mil. I doubt it. I think I'm being generous with these numbers. But let's try it to get them profitable. I think this is generous. 20 mil of profit. They've almost got 17 million shares. So divided by 17 million, it's about $1.20 in maybe 2023 in earnings per share if they grew like that, right? If they grew like that. And then I don't know, 1.2. Trying to figure out what they might list for, right? What can a beauty company sell for? Like what are comps for beauty companies? You'd have to figure out what a comp for a beauty company is. If this thing sells for 50 times earnings, 50 times forward earnings, it'd sell for like $60 or something like that a share. So I wonder if they said, sometimes they say at the top what they're planning on listing for. So these are fee, and sometimes they don't fill it in. So completed. See, yep. They haven't put in the price yet. So this will get updated when they get closer and they actually pick a price. But right now they've listed their S1 with a to be determined price. So there'll be an amended, and then they'll give us kind of what pricing they're thinking. Interesting. All right, keep an eye on it. I like IPOs. Rust on console next month? I don't see how that's going to work. Maybe. I mean, I guess it could. Not that many buttons.
This is richer than it's been for about 20 years, but it has sort of hung out here. Normally, the second year of a bull market, if that's what you consider that we're in, you do get some compression in PE, but earnings usually makes up the difference. I think we're going to be in that mode come the summer, where it's basically going to be reliant much more on profit growth and sustainable profit growth, as opposed to just, people taking share prices up in anticipation of that.
Mike, great stuff. Thanks so much.
Ulta is selling for, I mean, this is backwards looking, not forward looking, but at least a quick PE lookup on Ulta is 2020. It's selling for 100 times earnings. That's crazy for Ulta. Wow. Ulta's freaking kicked butt. Yeah, they've done well.
Surge of fake vaccination cards. The details coming up.
It's not like Ulta, says someone else. They focus on clean baby items and some makeup. Okay. All right. So more diversified is what you're saying. Gotcha. All right. What is this? Aramco? I don't know. Do we care about this? Let's see.
I mean, we
Thanks
mourn
for
him as
going
well
on.
in his
Yeah.
battles. Well, you guys enjoy
I thought they were going to talk about Aramco. Nope. Okay. Briefly look at the sticks again. What do you got? The sticks say nothing. NGA still at 1727. Shift has rubber banded to the 850. It's at 866. I can't get Matterport where I want it. I want it at 1313. It tried going there today. It went to 1360. That's kind of the low it went, actually. Oh, 1346. Oh, almost there. Almost. I want that buy at 1313. I want that to go through. MP Materials down in the after hours, up on the day a little bit. But no real huge movements here. Back to a weekend. What's up with that? What are we gonna do for the next 3 days? What are we gonna do? I don't know. I don't want to leave because I'm gonna be bored. Well, what do we got over here? Purple. Purple gave up its gains on the day. Faraday. Keep an eye on Faraday. Faraday's doing some, and ignore this candle's, I think, a little extreme here on the minute chart. It's not that big of a deal. It's 1%. So I don't know why the candle looks so big. Let's just go to 1 hour. There we go. So Faraday, actually, let's go to a day. Faraday on the day chart, look at that. Of the EVs, it's actually showing a little bit of an uptrend here. Let's see here. Let's go to the regular candle for a sec. Yeah. It's definitely, it gapped up. Interesting. Okay. All right. So anywho, there you have it. Thank you so much for being here. If you like my perspectives, check out my programs, link down below. You won't regret it. People love it. People love them. I think you'll love them too. I hope you love them too. Anyway, thanks for being here, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.